I'm Aaron Brewer. I'm the Eastern Iowa Field Coordinator with Trees Forever. Trees Forever has a beautiful mission to plant and care for trees in the environment by empowering people and building community and promoting stewardship. Trees Forever is working to plant a better tomorrow for the next generation. That comes through our work in many different ways. We also work with local organizations that provide education and mentoring that may serve as a catalyst to empower the next generation. We do more than just plant trees at Trees Forever. We work to inspire and support the next generation.
My name is Aveda Black and I do Iowa Big.
I'm Jill Hughes. I go to Iowa Big because I want to make a difference in the community, and I just really like doing project-based learning. Iowa Big is a program where you leave your school and you do projects that work with real people in the community that actually make a difference in the world and solve problems. The project this year that we did with CO is pretty much making their campus greener, and we gave them data on each of their trees in campus that so that they could treat the ash trees and be proactive with the emerald ash borer.
We basically jumped right in by learning how to identify trees, and Aaron actually came in and brought us a whole bunch of leaves, and we all worked together to identify them.
And we took the age of the tree, and we figured out any health concerns the tree had, and then we obviously identified it and put it all onto a Google map for CO to put on their website.
Then we presented to the sustainability committee what we found, what we learned, our struggles, and everything in between.
It was actually really cool just learning about all the different kinds of trees and how to identify a green ash from a different kind of ash tree, and just it's actually really cool and more interesting than you would expect.
It was actually really nice working with CO and Trees Forever because Aaron taught us what we needed to know to come out here and complete the tasks for CO. CO was just really nice, and they let us kind of be creative and go the direction we wanted to go with the project, but also complete what they needed to be completed.
My entire back and side yard are woods, so when I was growing up I would always just go into the woods and kind of explore with my dad, and before this project I kind of just looked at them as just trees and something to play around with, but now after this project I see them as individual species that each have their own cycles, their own processes, and it's just a lot cooler to have your eyes opened.
My name is Duane. I am a filmmaker and photographer, a former student of Iowa Big, and the visual director for Ambivalent Studios. I'm a photographer, videographer, and storyteller, so I listen to people and tell their stories visually. So in 2015, I started Ambivalent Studios and started doing photography. Then a year after I started it, I joined Iowa Big. I attended Iowa Big for my junior and senior year of high school. My senior year, one of my teachers, Sean, approached me about making a documentary film about a couple in Shoeyville, Janice and Richard Horrock. I met Janice and Richard and kind of knew from the get-go that I needed to make this film. Over the next several months, a team of 8 students and I made a film that we called Somewhere Only We Know. It talked about their life on their 83-acre property that they named Wildwood Farm, the legacy that they're leaving behind in the form of a conservation easement, and ultimately answers what's worth more than money. We worked with Burr Oak Land Trust very closely, since they were the land trust that helped them get the conservation easement. We had a really, really great time telling that story. We got to be out in nature, exploring, adventuring, and telling this amazing story. And the film means so much to me because it memorializes Richard Horrock, one of the landowners, because he passed away in April of 2018. His legacy that he's leaving behind is seen.
Close your eyes and let your mind wander off to somewhere far away. I met Janice and Richard Horrock last fall. They gave me an insight into their life that they had built over the last 40 years.
And we actually entered it into a film festival in Toronto, the Toronto Alt Film Festival, and we won Best Documentary Feature there. And now today, I still make films, I still tell stories, and without Somewhere Only We Know, without Janice and Richard, without being on that land, I wouldn't be where I am today.
My name is August Stolba with Feed Iowa First, and I'm the Agency Capacity and Development Communications Director. My AmeriCorps program, a service year project that is specifically geared towards me working at Feed Iowa First for a year. Feed Iowa First started about 7 years ago when Sonia Kendrick came back from her time in Afghanistan. She was a combat veteran over there, and she saw the effects of food insecurity over in Afghanistan, and then was, alarmed to see that a lot of the same issues were playing out here in Iowa. And Sonia, the founder, passed away in March. Now everybody else that was involved in different capacities is trying to put together Feed Iowa First and kind of create something that is sustainable. The Veggie Van is a van we recently purchased. We bought in a 14-passenger Ford van that we took out the seats once again and put in some racks, and so that's now our vegetable distribution van that we take to our different social service networks. All of our patrons that come on the bus and get to try some new food that's healthy and fresh and organic and from our area, and then they get so excited about it. And the education sphere is something we're really looking to get into more. I mean, the main thing we do is we go into these businesses that have a couple of people that are interested in growing food, and we teach them how to grow food. We're really looking to get partner with Iowa Big. I've always told myself it doesn't matter what my job is as long as I'm creating as large a scale of positive change as I can. I found that this honestly could be my dream job if I kept with Feed Iowa First, because I feel like it has the ability to keep growing and keep feeding more people and keep creating more positive change. I hope my legacy is as someone that focuses on doing good in terms of social, economic, and environmental sustainability. I just want to, like I said earlier, create positive change in this world and really make it somewhere where people are fulfilled in their everyday actions, have the sustenance they need to continue to take action in a positive way, and just be happy.
I'm Emily, and I am one of the naturalists here at Indian Creek Nature Center. I work a lot with some of the different programs that we offer out here. I get to work with preschoolers up to adults and on various different topics. Usually nature related, or we usually try and get kids or people outside. So yeah, we definitely take kids out into the woods and have them experience the different animals and different plants and looking at the trees and things. And getting to be a part of them experiencing new things and seeing them have different light bulb moments and things, and just seeing them get excited about the different things that we do. It's just fun, something that I personally enjoy, and I enjoy sharing it. I like that a part of my job is getting to go outside. I personally enjoy spending time outdoors, so it's great that I get to call that my job. I get to, as a naturalist, I've gotten to work in places like we are now that other people come on field trips or on their time off or on the weekends or things like that. Part of, I think, how I ended up here being a naturalist was by getting to spend time as a kid. There was a local nature center, much like this one where I grew up, where we went on field trips, or my parents would take me to things, or I'd go to summer camps. So in some ways, I think that I am in some ways kind of a product of nature centers like this. So I know that not everyone is going to grow up to be a naturalist, but I hope that a lot of the people that we have come out here at least get a little bit of, even if it's just a small nugget of some sort of appreciation.
My name's Bridget Fonseca. I'm the Cultivate Hope Manager for Matthew 25. Matthew 25 is kind of hard to define. It's a community building organization. We focus on food, education, and housing. Cultivate Hope is our food education program. So it includes our 2-acre urban farm, and then it also includes the school gardens that we manage. So the urban farm started after the floods in 2008. Our production beds were all homes. Matthew 25 created Cultivate Hope to start growing food on the vacant lots. Over the years, we've grown from just a small lot to almost 2 acres. One of the neat things about the Cultivate Hope urban farm is it demonstrates how little space you need to grow food. I started in January, so this is my first growing season. It's been an exciting growing year, but I'm excited for next year. And we have kids come to the farm, and the first question I ask kids is like, "What's your favorite vegetable?" And we usually go around, and kids are like, "Oh, I don't like vegetables." And then by the end of the day, they're eating kale off the plants and apples off the tree, and it's cool to see kids connect with where their food's grown.
My name is Laura Gregg, and I work at Matthew 25 as the Cultivate Hope Education Coordinator. I lead nutrition and sustainability programs at elementary schools. At 4 different elementary schools, we have garden club and garden program. It's amazing, actually. They absolutely love it. I just have to go to a school basically once, and then whenever I come back, they just run up and say, "Gardener, do we get garden time today?" There is a lot of interest in nature with the kids. It needs to be cultivated, but also people are learning that it's really important and that kids actually do better when they get that experience. I think that a lot of people see it as a positive aspect of their community and their neighborhood.
I hope that it's empowering for people. We're basically in people's backyards growing food. Seeing that we're doing it might inspire some people to do it themselves, and if they don't want to grow it themselves, they have a really cool place to come and hang out and see food being grown just right at their doorstep.
I'm Michelle. I'm a Kirkwood student and in the Parks and Natural Resource Program, and I am an intern here at Monarch Research Project. Monarch Research Project is a pilot project that helps rear monarchs for Linn County. Once we get this project up and running here in Linn County, we hope that it will continue out into other counties to help monarchs everywhere here in Iowa. I have interned here since last May, and I've been doing it the entire summer. I've helped rear monarchs by planting milkweed. I did some lab work for disease control, and I maintained the biotents here to help with egg production. I grew up on the South Texas coast, and I went to a sea turtle release, and I just saw the sunrise, and I saw the sea turtles going out into the ocean, and I thought, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to help wildlife for future generations to see. I am now inspired to get others involved in caring about the problems arising in our environment and getting others to act upon it.
My name is Jeff Rands. I am owner and operator of Legacy Land Management and a full-time student at Kirkwood in the Parks and Natural Resources Department. I actually had the opportunity this summer as part of the Kirkwood curriculum to do an internship, and I applied to Trees Forever, and it was honestly one of the best choices of my life to accept that internship. That internship allowed me to found this business and actually make a physical difference in the environment locally, local woodlands, and I actually learned a lot from my internship. I mean, it was all hands-on, so everything I did, I was learning as I was doing it, and that's honestly the best way to learn anything, is just to get out there and do it. My focus this summer was actually invasives removal and learning management techniques. Out here, the focus was really invasive species, a lot of bush honeysuckle and oriental bittersweet. Started from scratch, started developing this business plan as was part of the internship requirements. Learned from all the contacts in Trees Forever, district forester, some of his contacts, the Indian Creek Nature Center. Working with them provided a lot of experience in managing private land. The most rewarding thing about the work I do is just being out here and seeing the difference that I'm making. I've always had a pretty close connection with nature. Started at a really young age. I was that kid that was never inside. I was always in the woods. Being out in nature every day, it's honestly, it's really relaxing. This may be my work, but it's not, it doesn't have the stresses of like a 9-to-5 office job. You have to worry about totally different things. It's much more fulfilling in my life.
I just want to, like I said earlier, create positive change in this world.
I want to help wildlife for future generations to see.
I hope that, a lot of the people that we have come out here at least get a little bit of, even if it's just a small nugget of some sort of appreciation for nature.
It's cool to see kids connect with where their food's grown.
There is a lot of interest in nature with the kids. It needs to be cultivated, but also people are learning that it's really important.